All right. What in the world just happened there? All right, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. It was definitely all on me. Um, so once again, we're gonna go back through, introduce everybody. Uh, Truth, talk to me, man. How you doing, dog?
I'm just amazed at how high scoring this week has been, or at least today was. I think
Hey,
this is
man.
highest scoring weekend, highest scoring Sunday of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Say it again, brother.
I think this has been the highest scoring Sunday of the season so far.
That's probably true. Move apps, talk to me, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing amazing, brother. I'm doing amazing. Happy to be a part of another episode of R1P NFL Weekly, just after dark. Shout out to everybody in the building, bro. Appreciate y'all being here.
Jalen, what's going on, man?
Not much. It's what about 12 a.m. Well, 12 a.m. my time, 1 a.m. your time. Ain't nothing much going on. I'm just chilling here with y'all.
Shit. Hey, let's get it. Hey, let's get it started. ASAP. Game balls, man. Starting with Jalen. Jalen, who you getting your game balls to, man?
Um, I know before, I said the Bills offense. What about the whole Bills team? Especially defense. I mean, Josh Allen had what 418 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
Stephon Diggs had 118 yards. Their running backs didn't do much. I mean, they got touchdowns, but they didn't have many yards. That's cool and all. But I mean, their defense, I think, held the Seahawks to what? I think 10 points at half.
Yeah.
So it was
Hey,
it,
what's up?
it was it was a really good showing.
Moon. Who your game ball going to, bro?
I got two game balls. My first game ball, even though he didn't do too much today, my first game ball goes to Daniel Jones. Did you know that Daniel Jones is 4-0 in his career against Washington?
I bet
But
Truth knew that.
but he's 1-16 versus all other teams.
Damn.
So game ball go to Daniel Jones and the Giants for getting that dub today by 3.
Hey, man,
Close.
I want to shout out a few people, man. Victory Sunday for Jamonte the God. Victory Sunday for LL Cool Brad. Victory Sunday for Ace Steezy. Victory Sunday for Moon Vibes. I got a couple game balls I want to hand out as well. The first one is going to Josh. I ain't gonna say it's Josh Allen. Grandmother passed away. He was notified of that yesterday. Had one of those. Y'all remember the Brett Favre performance Monday night. I forgot what year it was. I want to say 2002 or 2003, where he went ape shit.
Before.
Second game ball I want to give to is Dak Prescott. Show me the money. That's all he needs to say is moving forward. Because in a division that's that bad, quarterback play is being crucial. And so game ball go to Dak Prescott. Brother, I wish you a speedy recovery. And also, man, tell people to show you the money. Truth, talk to us.
One of my game balls will go to the New Orleans Saints.
Hey,
Mm.
clap it up. That's a
But
great
it's
one
not,
right there.
it's not. I'm not calling it a game ball. I'm calling it a Punisher ball. They absolutely punished Tampa Bay.
They gonna have nightmares after that game.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
All
And
right.
then I gotta give another game ball to the Bills. They showed up. They showed up. They told they showed up and they were saying, "We for real. Watch out for us."
All right, let's get in our Monday morning quarterback bag. Let's start. Let's no, Jamonte, I haven't heard anything, bro. Let's get in our Monday morning QB bag. I'm gonna give you all the opportunity to talk to your teams. I'm gonna give you your teams. We're gonna all start with L's and we're gonna finish with teams that won today. Truth, You are the coach of the Washington football team coming off a heartbreaking loss to the New York football Giants. What is your conversation like Monday?
Mm.
You did a good job. You did a good job today. You did a good job today, Alex Smith. You just gotta work on interceptions, man. You know this is not you. Normally you consistent and you're not interception prone. Um, Shouts I gotta give praise up to Kyle Allen, of course. Um, we also need to get a decent running game. So that offensive line needs a hell of a pep talk and get their shit together. Games.
You know what? You a calm coach. If you was my coach, I'd be like, man, coach cool as hell, man. Moon vibes. You are the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they just got thrashed, and ain't no, winning, you know what I'm saying? What do they call it in the NFL? Winning Sunday, see you Wednesday or something like that. Y'all practicing tomorrow. Matter of fact, they might be practicing tonight. What Coach Vibes, what are you saying to your team?
We are who they thought that we were. That's what I'm thinking. Yo, they ain't no Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We ain't Tampa Bay Bucks. We don't even need to call us the Bucks no more. They just need to call us by our full name, the Buccaneers. And at this point, we can't even say anything because we got totally mollywopped. 3 points. Y'all only got 3 points. We got Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Tom Brady. That's y'all GOAT. He had 3 interceptions today. Tom, what's going on, bro? What's going on, Tom? What's the deal, bro? What's the deal? Then Bruce Arians. I don't know what kind of play calling you was doing today. Who else? The defense. Y'all gave about 34 points to Drew Brees, and y'all playing at home. Never mind. Who else? Who else want to get on some? Who wants to? At the end of the day, bro, we are not where we are. We cannot keep starting slow. It's at this point. It's not even about starting slow no more. If I'm y'all head coach, and I'm being honest, we are who they thought we were.
Hey, great job, Coach Vibes. Coach Jalen, you are the coach of the Arizona Cardinals. We practicing Monday. What we talking about, Coach?
We talking about the defense need to get straight. But they allowed 34 points to the Dolphins.
Yeah, it was 34 to 31. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to get defense straight. Kylie need to play better. Everybody needs to play better. We running laps. I don't really know what to say there. Shoot. Do y'all want to make the playoffs? Because if so, we need to start winning.
Alrighty. I'm the coach of the fucking Indianapolis Colts. Listen here, goddammit. I picked you all to win the division and you're making me look bad. So, y'all talking about practice Monday? Nah, we practicing tonight. We gonna run gassers until y'all pass the fuck out. Andrew Luck. Phillip Rivers, the first thing you gonna go do is get an eye test, my guy. That's what you gonna go get. Make sure that you ain't colorblind. Make sure you don't need any type of advisor to make sure you can see anything. I'm sick and tired of making these predictions and people are making me look bad. Nick Mullins, you can catch some smoke too. At the end of the day, if we want to win this division, if we are the team in this division, then we must play better, especially when we play other great teams in the AFC. All right.
I got a little thing to add about the coach.
Go ahead.
Hey, Phillip Rivers got tripped up by the turf monster on that Jonathan Taylor fumble. He channeled this inner Daniel Jones, bro. He fell on the ground.
Hey, man, they're heartbreaking, man, because I feel like they are a team that's built for the playoffs, and they had the Ravens looking like the 2000. He said Phillip Rivers 9 kids. Phillip watched Daddy lose Thursday. Hey, man. Shout out Steezy, man. All right, so let's get to the dubs. What's your locker room speech? Truth. Let's see what team we should get a Truth, man. New York Football Giants. What is your locker room speech for the Giants, Truth?
That was a good game. That was a good game.
Are you muted, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good game. That was a good game offense. Y'all need to wake up early and you strike fast. Put a hell of a lot of points. 23 points is not sufficient enough for me. I want y'all to average at least 35 a game. Offensive line, get your shit together. Make sure Daniel Jones stays up. Make sure our running backs can rip major fucking holes to that defensive line. Receivers, step your game up, god damn it. I want to see two 1,000-yard receivers. Even though we won, you still running the stadium steps. You still running laps. And I want 1,000 push-ups too.
Coach vibes, man. This was fan requested. Locker room speech. Falcons. We were arguing with people just this past Thursday about how we think the Falcons have a pathway to that 7th spot in the wild card. Talk to your team, Coach Vibes.
Hey, clap it up, boys. Clap it up. Clap it up, boys. Clap it up. Hey, clap it up. Y'all finally know what it feels like not to blow a lead. All right, all jokes aside. All jokes aside, it was a great win, bro. Y'all put up 30 plus in the game. Offense playing well, defense. I know y'all let them come back get a little hope. I mean, but what is the Atlanta Falcons win if there's not any controversy in it? Shout out to head coach Raheem Morris, bro, because he's been a gem, a lifesaver for our defense. Defense played well besides giving up them late touchdowns to Drew Lock. Matty Ice played well. It honestly, Falcons fans, I know we in a tough situation because we want to tank so desperately, but the way our team is playing, man, ever since Dan Quinn got fired, we've given up 21 points a game. Now today was an outlier; they gave up 28, I think, but 27, I think, one of the two. But at the same time, y'all finally know what it feels like not to blow a lead. Like, clap it up. you gotta get for award for that, bro. You know, we're the laughing stock of the NFC South, and but not for too long. At least not tonight. It's a great win when we get a win, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take a loss.
Yeah, hey, don't get much better than that. Jalen, I'm going to give you something a little bit interesting here. You are the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You won. You're 8-0. 8 more games to go. What are you telling your team?
What am I telling my team?
Yeah.
On my defense, y'all balled out. Y'all, we really don't need to make no adjustment on defense right now. We playing good. Well, I ain't gonna say we don't need to make no adjustments, but we need to make a little bit of adjustments. But we good enough to make no adjustments right now. Offense, we still playing like ass sometimes, especially you, Big Ben. We need to get better. We need to be more consistent. We need to put together more scoring drives. But as far as this win goes, it wasn't a good win. It was a real ugly win. We shouldn't have been in the position we was in. But shoot, we got the win, so I'm happy.
Hey man, great job, coaches. I'm going to take the.
Go ahead and take the Buffalo Bills, bro. Go ahead and take the Buffalo Bills. Might as well. That's a fair. I'm going to
take the Buffalo Bills, man. So the first thing I want to tell my team, if I can come back in clean, all right, Great job, guys. All year they've been telling you you haven't beat anybody, and in my opinion, we still haven't beaten anybody. According to everybody else in the world, Josh Allen, you definitely getting the game ball, grandmother pass, man. Like what we doing. I see y'all Wednesday. Keep up the good work. Y'all thought this game was difficult. This next game is even more difficult. We got the Arizona Cardinals. It's a must-win game if we trying to keep up and be one of those top 2 or 3 seeds heading into the playoffs. So great job. We still got more work to do.
Hey, good job, coach.
All right. So where y'all want to go from here, man? I feel like we handled our duties. Was able to watch a lot of games today. Y'all want to take a sneak peek into tomorrow night game?
Yeah, we can go ahead. I mean, ain't really nothing. Ain't really nothing. We can go into the future in the fortune teller and know what's gonna happen in tomorrow's night's game. I mean, it's kind of predictable. I mean, you got
Is
the
it though?
Patriots. You got the Patriots playing the Jets, bro.
You think
Joe
it's predictable?
Joe Flacco's playing. He the starter. Sam Darnold. Last time we seen the Patriots play the Jets, that was a Sam Darnold's I see ghost game. And now they play at that horrible field at MetLife. Uh, on that turf. It's just bad. It's a lot of storylines going into this game though. I don't know who wants to start first. I guess I don't know. Chuve got your hand up, bro.
I really wanna know, can Joe Flacco actually continue to lead the team since he was disgracefully discarded by the Baltimore Ravens? Um, maybe maybe he can lead the Jets, the hapless Jets, to a win against the Patriots, who are even more hapless. How do you have a starting quarterback that only has 2 fucking touchdowns on a fucking season?
Who does? Joe Flacco?
Cam
I
Newton is
has
106 is one
Oh,
is
Cam?
106 and 153. Has 106 completions out of 153 attempts. Has 1,143 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He
How
has no wide receivers.
He has no wide receivers. As a quarterback, you're supposed to lift your receivers up.
Man, Tom
This,
Brady couldn't even
this
lift the receivers up.
that's a damn lie.
Tom
That is
Brady
He
a
couldn't
couldn't,
even lift
bro.
them.
damn
He
lie.
He
couldn't.
couldn't, bro. But just look. If we
Nah.
just look at
when
last year
Tom Brady's
alone.
in New England, he lifted them
If we
hapless
just look at
up
last year
like
alone, bro, he didn't lift nothing up. He ain't even lifted a Lombardi up.
man. I know Tom Brady and Cam Newton are 2 completely different styles, but this season actually is shown what Cam Newton's bottom line will be if maybe next season. If I'm the Jets, if I'm the Patriots, I'm looking the next season. Maybe next season, Cam Newton being in the system for a second year if he comes back, if Newton resigns him, they'll give him a second year. How would his production improve, or would it get even worse?
my apologies for cutting you off. Your voice is fading. I don't know if there's any way you can turn your mic up a little bit or what.
Okay, maybe because I was sitting so close to it. Um, is that better?
Not really, bro.
Is this better?
Nah, it
I
got
don't know.
worse.
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
there you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to
Okay.
project a little bit.
Okay, so I don't like I said. If I'm the Patriots, I'm calling this season done, over with, even halfway through. Uh,
What?
yeah.
Truth
Truth.
had too
No,
many. Truth had too
Truth.
many
Truth.
Marlboros.
Truth. Truth, no, because listen, if this pandemic continues to trend in the direction it's trending in, they're talking about a 16-team playoff instead of a 14-team playoff. Now, is that not worth it?
That 16 team playoff won't come into effect this season.
No, yes, yeah, it can possibly can. They've been debating about it.
Even if say New England wins the next 2 games, then they lose out. They still wouldn't make it. They wouldn't even be the number 2 seed in their division. This season is over with for New England. They can't even win the season. They can't even win the division. The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins got the division locked up.
It ain't about the division though, bro. People that won Super Bowls as wild cards.
That is true, but New England can't even make them as a wild card.
You out there like they got 8 losses already. They only 2-5.
Okay, look. Okay, yeah, they're 2-5. Cam Newton's playing like shit. Jason Statham can't play shit.
Oh man,
Who's the 3rd string quarterback of the Patriots?
it's not even about quarterback play when you talk about Patriots. It's receivers.
With shitty receivers, it's the job for the quarterback to step up. Cam Newton can't seem to get his shit together.
How's he gonna step up? Ain't got no receivers. It's so hard. You can only do so much.
He hasn't thrown a touchdown pass to a receiver yet this season.
Hey, true.
Yeah.
All right, so you know how like as fans we talk about tanking, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is even if a team is doing bad, that's never in the mind. That's never in the minds of no. Your job isn't safe as a coach. I'm like, well, we can take maybe next year we do this. You may not get it next year, and even though Belichick is good, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying like Cam Newton's job ain't protected. You heard what he said a couple weeks ago. He said if I don't play better, there will be a permanent change. And players don't think like that. Like that tanking, the players don't think like that, bro. Like you play.
Bill don't think
you play sports, right? Truth.
Yeah.
What sports have you played?
Football, baseball, football and baseball.
Have you been on bad teams?
Yes.
So when y'all were losing, the only thing that can remedy losing is what?
The win.
A win.
The win on a consistent basis. But Steezy, I believe in Belichick.
Hold.
I
What are you about to say, dog?
I believe Steezy. I believe in Belichick. But I think Bill Belichick got a nasty ass hand this year. There's no way the Patriots finish 8-8 for the season. They will suffer a losing record this season. If anything, I see the Patriots getting 7 wins, and they go 7-9.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you what I heard you said. All right, so I'm gonna break it down like, and maybe I heard it wrong, but what I heard you say is that Belichick, fuck you, you ain't shit. Tom Brady left, you ain't gonna never be shit. Like, is that what you said, bro?
No, I'm just simply saying, Bill Belichick drew the short stick this year. I'll be pleasantly surprised if they get over 7 wins.
Answer me this: when is the last time Bill Belichick haven't won at least 10 games, 9 or 10 games?
What? When he was with the Jets?
Huh?
When he was with the Jets?
Nah, the last time he hasn't won, it was like 2002.
Mm-hmm.
It was the last time he hasn't had a win. I mean, but he still, I believe they might have had a winning record that year. You talking
Wasn't
about
that
a long time, bro. So,
wasn't 2002 his first year with the Patriots?
so, so.
No.
Hey, Jalen, please. Hey, you a Patriots fan, bro? Please, I want to hear your take
Yeah.
on this.
Um, do I think they will try to like tank and not make the playoffs? No, because I don't think that's in Bill Belichick's DNA. Um, will they make the playoffs? I don't think so. I don't think they have the talent around them to make the playoffs. Their defense is not. I ain't gonna say it's not that good, but the offense is bad enough to where the defense is getting no rest. So the defense is constantly just getting pounded. The defense is out there tired. So I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs either. I just don't think they're gonna tank.
But I didn't mention the word
They're
tank.
gonna try to make the playoffs though. They're gonna try to make the playoffs
But I
because Bill Belichick
say
wants
nothing
wants to
about
win.
the Patriots.
You said you didn't mention the word tank.
No, I didn't say they were going to tank. I
You
just said
sure?
playoffs. Yeah. Basically, their season is over with.
Am I
Let, let,
am I tweaking or is he bugging?
no,
I mean, I don't think he said the word tank, but I mean,
He
I
never
kind of
said
got
tank.
the. Oh,
I
It's not like
nah,
he's saying
I
tank, but he basically saying that they don't got no chance. So basically, it's kind of like you saying tanking, but without saying tanking.
no, because I didn't say New England ought to just lose the rest of the season. I s- I just don't think they'll make the playoffs. I don't think they'll do better than 7-9 if they turn it if they
Y'all hear that right?
if they turn their shit around, if they turn their shit around and somehow make it as a 7th seed in the ALC, I'll be highly shocked and I'll eat my words.
Hey, hey, truth, mute your mic.
I think your phone got interference with the mic, bro. I mean, the division is not over with. They still play the Bills again. They still play the Dolphins again. They play the Jets today. I mean, well, yeah, technically today, and I think that's gonna be a win for the Pats. But the thing about the New England Patriots is that I just don't tanking and them just don't go on the same thing. But like, if I flip the side and flip the perspective, I always felt like New England, even back to last year, Tom Brady didn't have that many like receivers. That was always his Achilles heel. Running backs, yeah, but receivers, and then you have the offensive line issues too. Defense has
the
always
offensive line,
been
they had no offensive line.
the offensive line didn't have no offensive line. So, uh, when we talk about them moving forward into this season where we're only in week 9 and we still got a lot to play for, especially when you think and factor in that Cam is on a 1 year deal, getting paid less than some of these other quarterbacks that got signed before he did. He has a lot still left to prove, but at the same time, it's kind of like, did he really think this fully through as far as like talent? Because yeah, quarterback can elevate talent, but like, what if you don't have talent around you for real, or if that talent is hurt and or constantly sidelines? It's gonna put a cap on you as much. And I think that's what's happening right now with the Patriots offense specifically. Their running back by committee situation has always been iffy for me because I'm just like, they never really have a bell cow uh running back, which is we talk about
They
especially in
still
the
don't.
playoff. Still don't, and we talk about that in like not just in the playoffs and how it's, defense and running game, defense running game, defense running game. But it's like um Sony Michelle, you got Sony Michelle, Damian Harris, you got uh Rex Burkhead, James White. 4 different running backs, but all of them play different roles. But then that's just their backfield. That's not even factoring in the fact that Cam is a runner too. So I think a lot of it kind of falls on Josh McDaniels because scratch Bill
Trash.
Belichick. I think that a lot of it falls on Josh McDaniels because it's just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I thought you would be a lot more creative than what we're seeing. Now that first
So
win against the Dolphins, that first week was like, okay, yeah, they didn't really do anything too special or anything. Cam had like 2 touchdowns rushing, I think. But like as we seen the weeks continue to progress, we seen the offense kind of like digress, and that's the nerve wracking part. So, I mean, I have hope for the Patriots. I think that division will be interesting, and then when you add in the potential domino that could drop with 16 teams in the playoffs, especially with COVID-19 going and going rampant right now. Um, I'm not ready to say the Patriots are tanking, especially when they got the Jets on their schedule tomorrow. Today, I should say. But it's like I get both parties' sides, but I just feel like they're kind of sabotaging. And Josh McDaniels needs more of the blame.
Josh McDaniels suck. I ain't liked him for years. I was actually happy that he was leaving for Indianapolis. Then he came back. So,
Mark
any more thoughts? Do we want to move on to the next game?
mark my words.
I mean,
Oh, what you gonna say, Drew?
The Jet side of it.
Mark my words. Even if they expanded to
Yo,
16,
we are having a
Trooper, it
ton of
sound a little muffled.
technical difficulties at the moment. Truth, I am struggling to hear you.
mark my words. Even if they, even if the
I
NFL,
think Jalen cameras might have frozen.
can you hear me now, KT?
Kinda, but not really, bro.
Um, mark my words. Even NFL changes it from a 14 team playoffs to a 16-team playoffs. I am mark my words. I am not saying that the Patriots tank, regardless of how, regardless of how the playoff situation uh, flows this year. The Patriots will not make the playoffs in a 14 team playoff, 16 team playoffs, maybe an 18-team playoff or a 20-team playoff.
Hey, you just carried the Patriots, bro. Yeah, you really did, dog.
I, I truly believe, yeah, even though we're halfway through the season, I just don't see much upside to the Patriots season this year. Unless Josh
It's not.
McDaniels
It's not much.
unless Josh McDaniels caters the offense to Cam Newton, I don't see I don't see the Patriots offense roaring to life. And Josh McDaniels is not catering to Cam Newton's specialties.
I feel like he has a little bit.
But has it worked when he does? It, I'm not saying
And that
Josh.
and that part you have a point, but I mean,
I'm not saying
who
that
can
Josh.
win a one-on-one matchup for them?
I know, but I'm not saying Josh McDaniels should completely change his offense. Just call more plays that Cam can that utilizes Cam in the way he's used to, and maybe they'll have more success on offense.
I mean, I think that when we talk about uh I won't say that he hasn't done that at all. We saying call him more. I kind of agree because it's kind of like if I know that I don't have the receiver depth that I normally do, I have to make do with what I have.
Right.
Um, but then at the same time, I have to sit there and ask myself, all right, well, uh, you have the perfect opportunity to try some new things tonight when they play the Jets. Um, the Jets, especially running against the Jets running game, they always a lot of teams get big leads on the Jets and then they just pound the rock on them over and over and over again because they
Mhm.
know that they can't stop it.
Right.
Could this be a game where the Patriots don't have to rely so much on their passing game for right now? Or could it be a situation where they're like, okay, let's just open it up. Like let's just open it up and open up the playbook is all the way to the back pages to the let's look in the table of contents. Let's go like all the way. And I'm not saying go Spider Y2 banana like a John Gruden or whatever, or even channel your inner Kyle Shanahan or whatever. But be creative. Be creative because right now is not getting it done. And but I've always felt like Josh McDaniels, it was something wrong with him. When I seen him renege on that Indianapolis coach job, that's when I knew something was off with him.
Okay, let's see. Kate, this is a question going out to all of you guys. Do you see Josh Daniels staying being retained as the Patriots offensive coordinator after this season?
Man, cut that man loose. I'm tired of him.
That's not happening, man.
I was
I
tired of
see
him last
him.
year. Tired of him this year.
I see him. I see him staying. They're not gonna
I
make him
mean,
be the scapegoat.
he's gonna stay, but I don't want him to stay.
Wow, did y'all see what Steezy said? He said the Patriots could have traded Gilmore to the Cardinals for Christian Kirk in the first.
Oh yeah,
That would have been a great
See, that would have
that
been a great trade.
that would have been a fabulous trade.
right. Because Christian Kirk
But
is
you
definitely
think
somebody
the
that go on a
Cards are
one
gonna
on
give
one.
up a first and Christian Kirk?
But can he be your
That's
number one?
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, for
Probably.
Gilmore.
I mean, but hasn't that always been Belichick's mantra though? Like I'm a trade a player even if they're in their prime, but they don't got much time left in their prime. Like
But peep this though, we did talk about this recently, and we said that's why we kind of like we were talking about me and UKT about how like if they do trade him, then that means basically what they're saying is like Gilly Lock is about to like take that drop off a cliff.
right,
But the fact that
What
he
happened to Jimmy
didn't,
Collins?
yeah, what happened to Jamie Collins, a lot of different players.
yeah,
For Richard Seymour, like Chandler
mm-hmm,
Jones, but Chandler Jones kind of he had that great year, but then he started tripping, saying he could break the sack record, and then he got hurt. Never mind. Um, but like the fact that they didn't trade him is even more of a good sign for me because it's like okay, maybe Gilly Luck is good. Like
mm-hmm.
maybe it's not him.
It's interesting. I don't believe the Patriots are going to give up on this season. Um, I do believe they will have to go on a run in order to make the playoffs. But 9-7 can get you to the 7th seed in the AFC. Maybe 8-8. Anything else y'all wanted to add?
Nah,
Not on this
I'm ready.
game.
Nah, alrighty.
Not on this game. It'll be crazy if the Jets do get a win though. That would be crazy.
Why hasn't
But
Adam
Don't be
Gase been fired yet?
surprised.
hot take, not really hot take, but quick stat. New England Patriots have won 8 straight games against the New York Jets.
That's a lot of winning.
But based on today's action, I guess since I'm looking at it right now, I'll just do like a recap for the games for everybody that missed them. Packers versus 49ers. Packers won 34-17 on Thursday night. Green Bay is 12-3 versus San Francisco in the regular season since 1996. Didn't know that until today. Broncos lost to the Falcons 27-34. Matt Ryan in his career, he's 10-3 versus the AFC West. Um, Seahawks and Bills. Bills beat them 44-34. Buffalo is 7-2 This is their first 7-2 start for the first time since 1993. Shout out to Bills Mafia. Ravens and Colts. Ravens won 24-10. Baltimore 20 plus points in 31 straight games. That's an NFL record. NFL record. Texans and Jags. Jags lost 27-25. Houston has won 6 straight games against Jacksonville. More information for you. Panthers and Chiefs. It was a great game. Panthers barely lost 31-33. Chiefs are 8-1 on the season. Kansas City is 17-1 in the last 18 games, including playoffs. That's crazy. Vikings beat the Lions 34-20. Dalvin Cook had 200 plus scrimmage yards and 2 plus touchdowns in 2 straight games. He's a walking cheat code. Bears versus Titans. Titans won 24-17. AJ Brown has 1 plus receiving touchdown in 5 straight games. So happy that he's on my
Hey,
fantasy
Mo,
team. Yo,
Moon, that score was 24-17. Really, it was some bogus late time scores.
so really it should have been 24-10, 24-3.
Yeah,
That's Corn and Jalen, bro. Um, Washington football team versus the New York Giants. Giants won 23-20. Both of those teams are 2-7 and 2-6 respectively. Daniel Jones, he's 4-0. He's 4-0 in his career against Washington, but he's 1 and
That's
16
crazy.
versus all the other teams. Raiders Chargers. Raiders won. They're 5-3 on the season. They won 31-26. Uh, the Los Angeles Chargers have lost 9 straight games versus AFC West opponents. That's crazy. Then we got Dolphins, Cardinals. Dolphins are 5-3 on the season. Cardinals are 5-3 as well now. Dolphins won 34-31. Miami has won 4 straight games for the first time since 2016. Clap it up for the Dolphins. Brad Steelers. They won 24-19 against the Cowboys and backup Garrett Gilbert. Dak
hurt.
Prescott, show me the money. Uh, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. Did you know that Pittsburgh is 8-0 for the first time in franchise history?
Wow.
Crazy.
What?
And then the last game, Saints and the Bucks. We had a shellacking, a beatdown, punishment. Uh,
That's
yeah, just bad. 38-3. The Bucks, man. Tom Brady. He had 3 interceptions for the first time since Week 3, 2011. Yeah, you heard that correct.
dang.
2011. Teams on bye this week: Rams, Bengals, Eagles, and the Browns. Rams play next week against the Seahawks. Bengals play next week at Pittsburgh. Eagles play next week at New York Giants, and the Browns play next week at home against the Texans. That is your recap on all things NFL, and of course we got the
What's
Patriots and the Jets next tonight.
what's that 2011 game against the Bills?
2011. I want to say yeah.
I think
Let me do some research real quick. Let me make sure.
he said the Bucks are the. Hey, that's hilarious, bro. But I want to say that was against the Bills.
I wouldn't have been shocked if it was against AFC opponent, but the fact that it was 9 years ago, that does not. Mm. I'm not sold on the Bucks, bro. Their record shouldn't be 6-3. Really shouldn't be 6-3 at all.
What stood out to me? You said a lot of things, but what stood out to me though was the Steelers. This is their best start ever, and I don't think this team is better than any of their Super Bowl teams.
I
Mm.
don't think it
I
either.
don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Brad, how do you feel about that? You feel like I'm disrespecting your mob? If so, I do not apologize, but I just want to know.
um, um, uh, um, KT, bro. Wait, so is that including the 2011 team where they lost to the Packers?
Yes. And they're their team. I'm saying Neil O'Donnell, Cordell Stewart. I just don't. I just.
Bradshaw.
But their defense though is the steel curtain
They-
defense of the '70s, and Brad would agree with that. That this defense is close to them. They cut from that cloth. It's just the league allows you to score more now than it did then. You know what I'm saying? Like the rules are set up for you to score.
I think with the Steelers, I think their
Facts,
team is
Steve.
not as better. His team is not as better as the Super Bowl teams. But then again, it makes me think: am I only saying that just because, like, for example, um, Big Ben's last Super Bowl wasn't that against the Cards? That
The
was the San
Packers.
It was the
Antonio
Packers.
Packers, and then the
Mm-hmm.
one before
Yeah.
that was against the
The
Cards.
Cards, yes, sir.
That was the San
Yeah.
Antonio Holmes catch game where he
Mm-hmm.
caught it in the back
Yeah.
of the
It
end
was that.
zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the one against the Packers, hey man, A-Rod.
Let me let me ask the question here.
Hold on, let me finish my thought. The with the Steelers, I don't really feel as if um their offense has really hit their stride yet. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, it's like who is causing them not to do that? Like, is it Big Ben? Like, is it Connor? Like, is it the receivers? Yeah they 8-0, but when we look at their schedule, I think when we look at their games that they've played, I think their defenses had to win their games more than their offense has to. And when we look at
Mm.
playoffs and everything, um, that makes me nervous later down the road. Especially, it's like there'll be people out there that say today, like, "Dang, you want me to get the Steelers credit after they won 24-19 against the backup, the third string quarterback on the Dallas Cowboys, and Ezekiel Elliott wasn't even playing. Like, you really want me to give them credit?" And it's like they won. So I think the Steelers are they the class of the AFC. I think their record says so, but for some strange reason, it's just like I don't know about them. I really don't.
You know what team they
Oh,
remind me of that you just
He did have Steelers fans shaking today. What was you about to say, Jalen?
do you know what team they kind of remind me of? To where
What
like the
team?
offense was there, but sometimes it's not. But the defense saves the offense more. Um, 2000 what 17 Chicago Bears, where
Wow.
that offense was clicking at times, but that
Wow.
defense set them up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting stops. It was forcing turnovers. That's what it reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
I
Um,
don't know if it's 2017. It was 2017, 2018 Bears. It is one of them two Bears.
um,
It was the Khalil Mack first year Bears.
what I was going to ask was, if the Steelers win out, if they win out, if this particular squad wins out, goes 16-0,
Don't ask what I think you about to ask, bro.
would they be on par with those Iron Curtain teams, or would they be considered better than those Iron Curtain teams?
I think it goes back to what KT said earlier. This is a different type of game than it was back then when we had the Iron Curtain, Steel Curtain, I should say. Um, and yeah, they have like similar studs than they did at that time, but like Mean Joe Green and
talk,
it's just,
talk.
bruh, like it's so many players like
Mel
that played
Blunt,
in the black
Jack
and gold.
Lambert.
Yes, even if we do more recent, like the
Mm-hmm.
Troy Polamalu led teams for the Steelers, like
Talk.
it's hard to even put them in competition with them. But the reason why is like it's just something that doesn't sit right with me with the Steelers. Do I think they're gonna win out? No, but it's only because I think they'll lose like two of their division games. I think they'll slip up against the Bengals, and I think they'll slip up against the Ravens. Browns, that's a dub. Like, but I think when it comes to them could being compared to those teams, if they go 16-0, you'll know people be trying to compare them even if they didn't go 16-0.
Right.
You know,
I agree. I think I think a lot of times teams take on the attitude, the mantra of the head coach. the Patriots do your job era, they weren't the most talented teams. They just did their job better than everybody else did their job. And we
Right.
talk about it like we like to give people, their flowers while they can smell them. Mike Tomlin, I feel like, is disrespected, and I don't know if I'm disrespecting the Steelers, but I'm not sure. He said Big Ben calls his own plays. Yeah, thanks. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like this. Y'all know I'm into boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm watching a fighter, before we even get into any of the tactical shit, can they pass the eye test? Can they pass the eye test? Pittsburgh to me is like a placebo. They like a placebo. Like fuck. My stomach hurt. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Well, we gonna give you a fake antacid, or we gonna really give you Alka-Seltzer Plus. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you know what I'm saying. You feel like you want to feel good and you feel better, but it's just a placebo, bro. Like I don't know. It's something about them. It's something about the eye test. It's like I talk about Javonte Davis. He from Maryland. Everybody know that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Javonte Davis, a great slugger. But if he want, and even though he's small and he fights in a much lower weight than Mike Tyson do, but if he ever wants to be an all-time great, he better learn how to be tactical. He better learn how to counterpunch when it's time to counterpunch, and he better learn how to defend. So that's how I feel about like Pittsburgh. Brad says he believes that Big Ben is calling his own plays. In the 2-minute drill, most of the time, quarterbacks are calling their plays, but no quarterback in the NFL just calls their plays, bro.
I think that he's talking about all together throughout the whole game. Absolutely not.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But from a standpoint of he has multiple options that he can go with based on the situation. Of course, like
he's earned
of course, Brad. He's a veteran. Like, of course, he knows the offense in and out. And then, my thing is, I guess, yes or no question. Mike Tomlin, Coach of the Year so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who?
I mean, the easy answer is yes. I told you who I think the Coach of the Year may be at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Because it typically goes to a person's team who overachieved. I thought, honestly, this may sound crazy. Y'all gonna think I'm tweaking in the chat, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I thought Mike Tomlin was more deserving of Coach of the Year last year with the fucking pieces he had than he is deserving of it this year. I feel like Brian Flores, however you say his name, I feel like Miami had something brewing to have the gutsy call of pulling Ryan Fitzmagic at 3-3. Won 2 games with Tua. The first game looked ugly. Today, Tua looks like, okay, this draft class, him, you know what I'm saying, Joe knows.
Yeah.
And Burrow we trust. Exactly, Brad. He was a game or two out of going to the playoffs last year.
They shouldn't have went. They shouldn't have. They went 8-8 last year.
Yeah, they had the opportunity to go to the season.
Yeah.
Especially with Big Ben being hurt and then them dealing with quarterback changes throughout the whole season. Joshua Dobbs to Mason Rudolph to
Devin
Doug Hodges.
Duck Hodges. Yeah. Duck
Doug
Hodges.
Goose.
Duck Goose.
Yeah,
but
like
he should have deserved it. I'll say, man. I was saying Cliff Kingsbury, but after this loss today, Brian Flores has a leg up. Let me look real quick. I would still say that Sean McDermott deserves consideration for Coach of the Year. But one thing I noticed also, Andy Reid, like Andy Reid is kind of normal, but to say him, but he got Kansas City at 8-1 right now.
Hey, Moon, but that's what he wants you to do. Like, I feel like what's the name of the doctor that they ring the little thing and you fucking go to sleep and you become something else? What's the name of that?
No.
You talking about when you hypnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's what Andy Reid is doing. Like,
Yeah.
people aren't talking about Kansas City the way they should.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Even then, they won today. Shout out to C-Mac, bro. C-Mac came back and was putting up numbers today. I'm happy that
yeah,
they
he
took their
did.
time
He
with.
did. He did. And Philly beat the hell out of me. But I I don't know, bro. Like right now, if y'all had a gun to y'all head, all right,
Mhm.
and y'all were forced to be like, these two teams are going to the Super Bowl. Let's talk, chat. Let's talk. What two teams are going to the Super Bowl? Jalen, I wanna, because you're known as the realist, I wanna talk to you first. What two teams are going to the Super Bowl?
Both two teams are going to the Super Bowl. Right now, I'm thinking about the AFC. I don't trust Lil Phil. Uh, I'm gonna say Pittsburgh gets into the Super Bowl.
You say Pittsburgh
Uh,
gets to the Super Bowl.
But you
So,
talk,
in your heart of
yeah,
hearts, my apologies for cutting you off. In your heart of hearts, you feel like Pittsburgh, best team in the AFC, most complete. They can win either at home or on the road.
yeah.
That's interesting.
But you talking about NFC?
Yeah.
Who can make the Super Bowl in the NFC?
Mm.
I would say it's no clear pick for me. Tampa Bay struggling. Seattle defense
NFC
isn't
West
there.
cannot play defense, period.
Yeah, they can't. He said KC and Bucks.
If anything, I would say if the Rams make it to the playoffs, I'll give them a chance.
I like that pick. I like
Uh,
that pick.
I don't like Jared Goff, bro. Miami exposed that dude last week. They
Hey,
they
Bull,
exposed.
talk, dog.
Hey, Brian Flores, you had a perfect game plan for Jared Goff. Jared Goff likes to stare down his receivers way too long, and there was so many times where I felt like he saw ghosts last week, like, and they was off, so we didn't really have him in the spotlight this week. But I let Jalen keep it.
Yeah, I got the Rams and Steelers.
Rams still a Super Bowl. That would definitely be exciting. So Jamonte the God said he got KC in the Bucks. Chu said he got KC in the Sunshine Band because he trying to stay alive right now because he's sleepy as hell. Chu, who you got in the Super Bowl, bro?
I think of the AFC Championship game, it'll be Pittsburgh and Kansas City. I say Kansas City wins. NFC. Seahawks versus Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship game, and I say Tampa Bay.
Hold on.
And so I'll go, and then I have Kansas City beating Tampa Bay.
Yo, Brad just impressed me with his Super Bowl knowledge. Yes, Brad, they played in 1970. It was the 79 season. I believe it was in 1980. Bro, you just impressed the hell out of me, Brad. Kudos for Brad.
Shout out to Brad. He's supposed to be asleep right now.
Hey, bro, Mob Duke's coming
What
up
did he
them
say?
steps,
I don't
boy.
got the chat open. What did he say?
He said that if the Rams and Pittsburgh play, it'll be the second time that they met in the Super Bowl. I would not expect Brad at that age
to know.
to know that. That's amazing, Brad. Wow, Steve's has an interesting Super Bowl. He says the Titans versus the Cardinals. Yes, I know I'm biased and it's a weird choice. Let me be. Like, you know, hey, you're free to be whoever you want here, Steve's.
Hey, when Derrick Henry gets shut down, they ain't making it.
So I just want to reiterate everybody's picks. Jalen pick was Pittsburgh and the Rams. Truth's pick was the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. Jamonte the God's pick was, who did he say? He said Kansas City and Tampa. Same as Truth. Steve said Titans and the Cardinals. Moon Vibes, who you going with?
This is tough, bro. It's tougher for the AFC than it is the NFC. NFC, I got. Give me the Packers, bro.
What?
The, give me the Packers.
No, I'm not surprised by that pick.
Give me the Packers.
Moon's
And the reason why
high
I
on
say the Packers, the Packers to me, although they did lose that game against the Bucks in blowout fashion, that game was over after Aaron Rodgers threw those two pick sixes. I mean, threw those two interceptions earlier in the game. I do not see them if they match up with them, which I do not think will happen. I don't see them being in a situation where they'll lose at home against the Bucks. I don't see that. In fact, you mentioned earlier this year that KT that the Bears seem like they will win the division. I say hell no. Like
Yeah.
hell
Oh,
no.
that's easy now.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Like-
yeah. But because hindsight being 2020, absolutely.
Yeah, but Packers, bro, I do not trust the. It's like every single team in the NFC has flaws that I feel like that can stop them when it comes to like even my Falcons. Falcons blow too many leads. Seahawks, their defense is just suspect as hell. Like, who else? Let me go down the list. Panthers, I don't think that they can make it and win that many games to be in contention. Vikings, I do not trust them because I don't trust Kirk Cousins at all, period. And I think that they rely too much on Dalvin Cook. Bears, definitely no. Giants, Cardinals. That's the interesting team. I would either choose the Cardinals or the it will be a tie for the NFC between Packers, Cardinals, and Saints. And it pains me as a Falcons fan to say that the Saints might have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl, but their defense has been playing better as of late, especially when they were looking suspect early in the year. But if I had to go with my gut, it would be Green Bay, and the reason why is this: nobody in the entire league has a corner that can shut down Devontae Adams. Period. Nobody has a corner that can shut him down. And then when you pair that with the way Aaron Jones has been looking over the last couple, not even just the last couple of weeks, ever since he made it to their team, he's been a breath of fresh air, and it's made Aaron be um, feel more like they have more command of their offense this year. That game against the 49ers, that game wasn't supposed to be that close. Like they scored their touchdown in garbage time. It's kind of the same thing what you said about the Titans and the Bears earlier today. Like the Titans really should have beat the Bears by more. So should have the Packers. Should have beat the 49ers by more. So I'm gonna give me the Packers in the NFC, but the AFC is where it is. I'm gonna say Packers versus Ravens Super Bowl. Old head versus young head. Lamar versus A-Rod Super Bowl. And I just think it's this. I think the Steelers will crumble later in the year. Injury bugs are gonna hit. I think that the Bills, I trust them, but I think that with the wild card and that's it's being 7 teams now, I think that could end up biting them because they could be playing in a situation where, let's say they don't get that first, because there's only one team that gets a bye that first week. They could be in a situation where they play a higher ranking team. So let's say we got Bills versus Miami first round. That's tough. Let's say we got Bills versus Chiefs. That's even tougher. But it's so many different teams. I just give me Lamar, even though their offense hasn't really impressed me yet. And I still Greg Roman, bro, me and you gonna have to fight. Just because like Hollywood Brown calling you out right now saying how you gonna have never mind. I don't want to go into that. Hollywood Brown calling you out. Give me old head versus young head, Lamar versus A-Rod, Super Bowl.
Moon Vibes actually stole my AFC pick. And to Hollywood Brown, you called out a guy. What was the record earlier today? That they score over 21 points 38 straight games?
They have an NFL record with 20 plus points in 31 straight games. Even in the game against the Steelers that they lost, they still scored over 20.
Hey,
Like,
man, I have a spring greeny. What's good, boy? Right now, we doing Super Bowl picks. Jalen has Rams Steelers in the Super Bowl. Truth has Kansas City and the Bucks in the Super Bowl. Moon Vibes has Baltimore and the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. I'm about to say something because I don't retract statements, man. I'm from Leverett. We don't do that shit, bro. But I have to retract the statement about this team that I'm about to say that's going to the Super Bowl. I owe them an apology, and furthermore, I owe Brad and Moon Vibes an apology. I would give Truth an apology, but he had on them thong flip flops on, so I can't give him that. So it'll be the Saints and the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
this is cool. Oh no.
Brad went there with the fantasy record.
Oh no.
Wow,
All right.
Greeny got KC and the Saints. I like that pick.
I would not be mad about that.
But with the Ravens, they're battle tested. I feel like last year they weren't battle tested, and that's why when they went to the playoffs, not battle tested, awful week, Tennessee smacked them in their goddamn mouths.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this year they battle tested. They faced some adversity. People are saying that Lamar Jackson needs to step up. I feel like they have the pass rush. They have, you know what I say, bring your offensive line in a running game. And let's see what happened in the playoffs, man. That's why Tennessee do have a chance. If the Colts can't ever get it the fuck together, bro, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Man, wait, never mind. Phillip Rivers still on the ground laying on the turf right now.
Bruh. What's wrong with bro, man? Because y'all know how I feel about bro, man. Like, Phillip Rivers is my type of quarterback, bro. But bro be tripping.
It's inconsistencies. Like last week, he had like completed passes to like 12 different receivers. But this week, it's like they couldn't even get anything going at all. And the way Baltimore's defense played, I kind of knew it was gonna be a bad week for them.
Because they kept him in the game against Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, if we talk about the AFC North, like the Steelers and the Ravens defenses, to me, they're like neck and neck. Like it's on and on. I like the Baltimore's defense as far as like turnover prone, but then at the same time, like Steelers do the same thing. Like they had another touchdown last week. So it's like it's a pick 'em. And when we talk about Phillip, it's just when you have to play that elite competition and we have to just count on you to dot it, he's not that dude.
There's some trash talking going on in the chat right now.
So Greeny, no, not Greeny, but Jimmy Two Blunts. Speaking of the 7-2 Bills, is there any potential possibility?
Two blunts.
Is there any possibility the Bills could possibly make the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Especially if they keep winning, if they get over the hump of playing the 49ers, which is a game that KC don't really like too much. If they can beat Miami again, if they can, just win their division easily, not even close. Even with Miami creeping and slowly creeping up, I think it. But what bothers me is that there's only one team that's gonna get that bye, and that team right now is looking like it's gonna be the Steelers. But them coming off of a bye doesn't really excite me because I feel like they could fall into the same trap that the Ravens did last year. If they have the right matchup. So yeah, I think Buffalo has a chance too. I think they have more of a chance than some of these other teams. But I can't dismiss the Titans or the Chiefs or it's a lot of teams are still out there. I think the AFC is kind of harder than the NFC to call.
And I agree with you, Moon, because it's not about winning the AFC East. It's about style points. That's why, like, when people were saying, "Oh, the Bills haven't played nobody," I was furious, but it was truthful. You know what I'm saying? Like, It came from a place of honesty, and it wasn't that we haven't beaten him. Every team in NFL is in the NFL, so you beat somebody. It was the way we were beating teams. We struggled against the Jets. The Rams could have been a style victory, but we allowed them to come back. Like, we have to do it in an easy facet to the point that, well, maybe the last game we could rest some players. Truthfully, my heart can't take another Super Bowl, bro. I can't, because if we lose, I'm knocking somebody out. It's really that simple. It's like, somebody gonna have to see me. So I don't know if my heart can take another Super Bowl, but I like the Cardinals pick though, Blunts. What you say, Jalen?
Basically, you saying the Bills didn't get any convincing win. When everybody saying they didn't face nobody, like they didn't like get no.
It's no.
Like,
it's
like different.
It's not. It's style points. It's like, you know when Oklahoma plays an FCS team, right? Even though it's an FCS team, you see them score 70 points. 70 points to 70 points, whether, you know what I'm saying, you're a high school team playing in elementary school. 70 points is 70 points. So what I'm saying is, even it like the first game against the Jets, y'all remember how mad I was watching that game because I felt like we could have scored 40 or 50 and we didn't. We left a lot of points on the field. Second time we played the Jets, we didn't even score a touchdown. But division games are like that. I'm just saying, as far as the Bills, we're on the brink of something. We go to the playoffs this year. That's 3 out of the last 4 years we went to the playoffs. You talking about a team that didn't go to the playoffs for 17 straight seasons.
Y'all want to talk about that game? Bills versus Seahawks?
Yeah. I mean, your boy Josh Allen went off. I mean, he did get sacked 7 times, so it's kind of like bittersweet, but at the same time, bittersweet also from the standpoint he lost his grandma recently. Prayers up to his family. I don't trust the Seahawks, bro. I really don't. Like, they gave up the 42 piece. Like, no, my bad, 44, I think.
Hey, Boom. Hold on. You remember last week there was a kid by the name of Truth who was gloating about, I told y'all the Seahawks defense would step up. Truth, what's up with your MacArthur high school defense, bro?
Now hold on, I didn't say nothing this week about the Seahawks defense.
But you've been bragging on them for like the past 3 out of 4 weeks, bro.
If I didn't speak on the Seahawks defense this week, I must have known. I must have had an inkling. I must have had an inkling that the Bills were going to give them a fit.
Hey, people will smoke with Nightbot. But I'm saying, though, Truth, you've been saying that the Seahawks defense is like, it's not as bad as everybody think they are. They're going to step up. And you didn't say it this week. And let's be abundantly clear. Truth has probably had, out of all of us, some of the most consistent takes where he's just been right, especially as of late. He's been right about a lot of stuff. But I'm just saying, this Seahawks defense is Swiss cheese. Like, they had an opportunity to make some moves at the trade deadline. Why didn't they?
Because they're not built like that.
Why haven't they called up Earl Thomas?
They're not built like that. They got too much pride, bro.
No, Earl Thomas don't want to go back there, bro.
Yeah,
it's too much pride.
Back to the Seahawks. Remember his last game I think he was going out on the stretcher. He was flicking his middle finger.
Yeah, he was, but that's when he. Listen, I'm telling, ain't nothing better than humility, dog. This man's been a free agent before week 1.
And it's not like he can't play.
He can still play.
I mean, he got in a fight in the Baltimore locker room, but that was just they had to release him based on the team vote.
Right.
Of, hey, this player is, he's a good player, but is he gonna mess up our chemistry? It's just a fighting competition. But that shouldn't change other teams being hesitant to pick him up. Like his resume isn't what it is. Like, this isn't a former member of the Legion of Boom. Like, this man can't still ball and hoop like with the best of them, especially when you look at the Seahawks defense and you just see Swiss cheese. Like, they all types of cheese, like Swiss cheese, cheddar, American, provolone, string, shredded, like all of it, string.
What?
And speaking of string, like Earl Thomas, never mind.
Oh
Earl
my,
Thomas,
wow.
bro. Earl Thomas, I don't even think he would want to go back to Seattle just because They just got too much pride, bro. They have too much ego. I feel like it's pride and ego, and
Hey,
it'll be your downfall.
hey,
You know you
no
struggling
doubt.
with your defense. You know,
So
you know you can easily pick this man back up, but you choose not to. And then if you don't even want to talk about that, and we take Earl Thomas out of the picture, why y'all didn't trade for Stephon Gilmore? Why y'all didn't trade for some of these other corners that's out here that's on the trade block? Why not call up, like, I understand they got pass rush, but pass rush is like, yes, pass rush and cornerbacks and secondary go hand in hand, right? But why is it that they got 7 sacks but still let Josh Allen throw for 400 yards? Is your corner and your safe, bro? Your secondary is Swiss cheese. It's holes all over the place. So I just think it has to do with pride, bro. And it's a lot of teams that could use Earl Thomas. Um, could we see him go on a run where he gets picked up as we get closer and closer to the playoffs and more injuries start to happen? Maybe, but I don't know, bro. This game was Jalen gave the game ball to the whole Bills team, and I think that was the well deserving because they seemed to rally around Josh Allen today. Um, but like I said, I don't trust the Seahawks at all.
okay. So the viewers want me to ask this to KT and Moon
I,
Vibes.
I already know what you about to ask, and I'm gonna handle this.
What
I'm gonna
happened
handle
with
this right here.
people?
I'm about to handle this right here and there. Me and Moon Vibes were looking at advanced stats. Okay? Something Brad maybe never looked at in his lifetime. So we was looking at some advanced stats, and we was kind of comparing Nick Mullins' stats to Jimmy Garoppolo stats. And what I'm saying is, you can hide the name and the amount of games that were played, and their stats kind of mirror each other. You know what I'm saying? That's all we was saying.
We never said that we never said that Nick Mullins was better than Jimmy Garoppolo at all. All we said was that when you look at the drop off, it's not a big drop off like everybody's trying to
That's
make
it.
it seem.
That's it.
And it's this it's I think also to add on before you go KT, I think it's this. I think people have Jimmy G in their eyes way too high, in their eyes and their perspectives. Y'all need to lower y'all perspective on him a little bit, maybe even a lot of bit, and realize, like, bruh, like, we talk about drop off. So Jimmy G's right here. Mullins is right here. It's not like it's a big cliff like Jimmy G is up here and then Mullins is all the way down here. Like, it's not like this about to be like that. So they put up comparable numbers. If you look at it, it's really comparable numbers. Even if we don't talk about the Packers game.
But let's be abundantly clear though. If you want to bring up bad takes, we can bring them up. You said that Michigan was going to beat Michigan State 51-7.
57 to
55.
7.
Oh, whatever he said. He said 50-something to 7. Let's talk about that, Brad. Talk.
How about, okay, I got a question for you guys. For quarterback play in San Francisco, would it be wise for the 49ers to pick back up Colin Kaepernick? And on the defense end, Eric Reed?
No.
Nah, that's
They need to get rid of Jimmy G's contract expeditiously. They need to hit up Atlanta and call Atlanta and say, "Hey, Matty Ice, you want to come to San Francisco? Like, if we can restructure your contract and all that stuff, like, we get rid of Jimmy G as fast as possible, bro."
Raymond, you like Jimmy G on the Falcons?
I'm not saying no. You misinterpreted what I said. No, I'm not saying trade Matt Ryan for Jimmy G. No, I'm saying, hey, 49ers, give us a first round draft pick, even a second round. We could flip it and make it more for Matt Ryan. Hey, here's your new quarterback. Boom, Jimmy G, your contract. It has to be some type of loophole in that contract. They offered this contract knowing this man's injury history. They knew it, and beforehand they knew this. So there has to be some type of loophole in that contract where they can get out underneath it. They can get that $100 million off their cap, and then boom, get another quarterback that's better than Jimmy G clearly, and then there's an increase in production. I think San Francisco will be better off with somebody like Matt Ryan. Let us go get our quarterback of the future, and Justin Fields or somebody, and boom, it's like that. And I'm just using the Falcons as an example because that's just my team.
Right.
But Yeah, I don't trust it. But like we say with Cap and everything, I know 2 months mentioned this in the chat recently. Like Earl Thomas getting the Cap treatment. I don't want to say it's the Cap treatment because that's kind of harsh. Like what they did with Cap is like extremely harsh.
But
Um,
I think Cap is better than all three of the quarterbacks on the 49ers
absolutely,
Yeah,
roster.
yeah,
absolutely,
definitely.
we can agree on that part. And I think that people have this inflated view of Jimmy G just because he was a backup to Tom Brady and he came in and played a couple of games and oh my gosh, he's Bill Belichick's his prized possession, and then his play is not equal to his contract. I feel like we all can agree on that.
Jacoby Brissett looked just as good as him when he was in New England. Like,
Hmm.
Hold
I
on.
don't get the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. I
Hold,
don't, and I
hold
never
on.
will get
Wait a
the
minute.
Jimmy G thing.
Wait a minute. Didn't New England trade Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers? And what did he trade him
Yeah,
for?
Yeah.
like a fourth round pick.
That don't that kind of go into Bill Belichick's history of trading players?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is
Talk
true.
talk truth.
That's true. And everybody was saying like, "Oh, Bill Belichick wants Jimmy G to start better than Tom Brady," but it's just like if he let him go that quickly, was the drop off really like nobody's really looking at the drop off, and his drop off has been big, especially if you just take out injuries. It's hard to take that out the equation, but if you just take out injuries, he hasn't really been impressive. Um,
Then okay, then this spawns going back to the Patriots, going to Jimmy G. What if they kept Jimmy G after Tom Brady left?
Mm.
Would
I
their
think
Where
it would
would
be
their situation and their record be better than it is currently in New England?
that's a question for Jalen.
yeah.
Well, the situation would be because then they'll be like, oh, we don't have to go out on free agency and sign a quarterback, or we ain't gotta hope we fall in a draft and have a quarterback fall to us. Like Jimmy G is at least good enough to get you somewhere. Uh, in my opinion,
To answer your
I
question,
would like.
I think he lasts one more year.
I don't think that they have a year to waste. Their contracts is going off, but keep going, Jalen.
I mean, I would have liked to keep Jimmy G just because I knew Tom was aging, and I'm like, time is, Father Time can't no one beat that. Can't no one beat that man. So I want to keep Jimmy G. But they would be in a better situation at this point because you would know, I ain't gonna say Jimmy G would be the quarterback of the future, but you can kind of hope that he is. Like Cam Newton isn't the quarterback of the future for the Patriots, and the Patriots are uncertain who their quarterback is.
They had their quarterback of the future though, and it wasn't even Jimmy G. It was Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett,
It was
yeah,
Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett was their quarterback of the future. Jimmy G was just getting all this hype just because of all this other shenanigans. Like, never mind, bro. I don't want to say what I really feel because it's gonna
Look,
be
hey,
nah. Like, I've never been sold on Jimmy G. Never. I've always felt like Jacoby Brissett has been the better fit. He plays better. He feels better. In fact, he's still collecting dust on a bench right now in the Colts. At the Colts. In fact, the Colts would probably get to the playoffs if they started Jacoby Brissett instead of Philip Rivers. But they got too much pride and ego, and they offering this man like 25 mil just for a year. Like it just doesn't make sense. But they had their quarterback of the future. They traded him away for Philip Dorsett, and how did that work out?
True
huh?
story.
Philip Brissett, bro.
True story. So I have a question for everybody that's watching in the chat and everybody that's here. We're gonna start one, bench one, reserve one, cut one. Jimmy Garoppolo,
Cut.
Russell Wilson,
Mark,
Jared Goff, and Kyler Murray.
I was just thinking about this as far as the NFC West. You
Mm-hmm.
said we got to start, bench, cut, and what was the other one?
We came up with the name of it. We was like start,
Uh,
bench, inactive, cut or something like that.
can we just call it APB?
Yeah.
can, can we hold on? Wait a minute. Let's do this. Oh, how about this set? Cap, go Jimmy G, Mullins, and Brissett.
Wait, before we do that, let's just do
I don't
NFC.
really like that because Cap haven't played in years. So.
Right.
Cap situation is it don't got nothing to do with football.
Right.
But say if he is still in playing condition, if you still in playing form, and he take out the whole political spectacle that is that cap, the cap issue that NFL owners are holding against them. Is it possible that any of you will start Cap?
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't know based on him not playing.
It's been 4+ seasons.
Because it's all hypothetical. I mean, for all we know, he could have turned into an MVP if he would have kept playing. He could have been a bench player if he could have kept playing. So it's all hypothetical. So.
Bro, Steezy, that's what it is. Thank you, Steezy. We said start, bench, practice squad, cut.
And cut. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, starting bench. I mean, everybody. I feel like we can agree that is Kyler and Russ.
Mm.
But I mean, Jared Goff. Jared Goff will be on my practice squad, but he sees ghosts just like Sam Darnold. Yeah, Jared Goff be on my practice squad. I'm not sold on Jimmy G. He would be jobless for me, bro.
I mean, but you see how effortlessly everybody answered that. The chat answered it correctly. Y'all answered it correctly. Like, so I don't get the Jimmy G thing. I don't, and I won't.
Do you think that when that happened though, because that was fresh off that Super Bowl. That was fresh off of that Super Bowl loss.
But
for the Falcons. And then we have been seeing reports that offseason right afterwards. My conspiracy theory is this. I think that the Falcons lost the Super Bowl all because Kyle Shanahan wasn't even focused on the Super Bowl. He was focused on connecting with John Lynch afterwards.
Okay, hold on, guys. Wait a minute.
No. Hey, Truth, my apologies, bro. Moon Vibes can't drop a bombshell like that, and we don't allow him to finish. Hey, man, hold on, man. Let me get my popcorn. Go ahead, continue what you was just saying.
My conspiracy theory is this, bro. We seen Kyle Shanahan blow 2 Super Bowl leads, bro. 2 Super Bowls, and not just one, dos. Not uno, dos. And then when we look at it, my conspiracy theory is this. We would have at least stop their momentum if we would have just ran the ball. If you're the offensive play caller, Dan Quinn was not in charge of calling plays on offense. His defense, that's where his pride and joy is at. He's defense. Defense did their part, at least the beginning of the game. But Kyle Shanahan, I think his head was not even in that because that week leading up, there was reports through various Falcons sources that John Lynch was interested in him. He was going on interviews that whole week. So his mind wasn't even on the game at all. Then right after that, we see reports happening where Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch signed 6-year deals in where they getting paid handsomely. Then right after that, Jimmy G, the bombshell with him, and he gets paid $100+ million for 6 years, and everything's like, okay, this 6-year process, this 6-year turnaround. I've never been sold on Jimmy G, but the question I guess I asked to y'all is just this. Do you think that when Kyle Shanahan is like, yo, I got to get out of Atlanta as fast as possible because of a pride and an ego thing, I think Kyle Shanahan has an ego. Definitely has an ego.
He does. He had when he was in Washington.
He always has. So if it walk like a duck, my grandma used to always say, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, got feathers like a duck, waddle like a duck, it is not no squirrel, baby. And if it's walking like an ego, talking like an ego, calling plays like an ego, it's not no great head coach. And I think that will stay on his resume forever. It's tarnished. You have 2 Super Bowl losses where you were the head play caller. That's tarnished. But getting back to the point, do you think that for their experiment that they were doing, because you remember San Francisco was in this rebuilding process, especially after that cap situation that happened. If I'm not mistaken, that was the same. I think it was like the same year, um, where the Falcons went to the Super Bowl and uh the 49ers had the same situation with Colin Kaepernick. Um, do you think that John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan said to themselves, "Hmm, we see this dude in New England that's getting a lot of hype. Do you think that they fell into the hype of Jimmy G and overpaid him, and then injuries start happening, and now it's like, because y'all saying one, Truth saying one more year. I don't think it's one more year. But I guess my overall question is, do you think that they overpaid for Jimmy G all because of hype?
Yes.
Yes.
They traded for him because of hype. You remember, bro? He had them what 2 games where he was like he impressed and everybody was like, oh,
My
because Brady was suspended that season early on.
But it would have been one thing just to trade. It's one thing to trade, right? But it's another thing to offer a quarterback 100 mil, and he ain't even done nothing yet. For real.
wasn't he? Wasn't he when he was at the with the Patriots? When the Patriots traded him, wasn't he on a rookie deal?
I believe
I
so.
think so. Yeah.
When the 49ers got him before they gave him the $100 million.
But listen,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Patriots were paying that man $100 million.
yeah. They wasn't at all.
But see, okay, here. Yeah, the games that he started in New England when Tom Brady, I think Tom Brady was hurt or
No,
suspended.
he was suspended. He was suspended.
He won them. He won. He showed off. His first 7 games in San Francisco, he showed off. My question, my question to Jimmy G is, buddy, I know you. I hope you're listening here. What the fuck happened to the upside in the potential stardom you had, man?
That went out the window with the
What
Playboy models.
how did the play go? Or was it the fact that the NFL defenses got used to you and you could not adjust and you could not adapt?
Nah.
Even doubters that the hype was real, but in actuality, you know what? That hype was false. That hype was false. Get your shit together, Jimmy G.
But I don't think he can though. I think it's kind of like, I guess the last thing I'll say about it, because I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but like, you know how I mentioned earlier that the Falcons need to trade, the San Francisco need to hit up Matt Ryan. I think Kyle Shanahan was probably like trying to get out of from under Matt Ryan because he's like, you know what? I'm calling the plays. I'm the reason why we scoring 35 points a game. I'm the reason I'm getting a head coaching job. I deserve a head coaching job. It's been way too long. I was in Washington. I was here. I was here. I was doing this. And then years pass, it could be a situation where the same quarterback that you try to get from underneath, because ever since then they saying, oh, the Falcons' offense hasn't been the same ever since Kyle Shanahan left. The same quarterback that like you tried to get from underneath, who's leading the lead in passing right now. Last time I checked, could be somebody else.
So
He
basically,
he
are you trying to
he,
say
he
that?
could. He could be in a situation where he's on the block and he might be interested. They might be interested in him later on because they fell into the hype. And I guess the last point is just Jimmy G. When we talk about injuries in sports, I think that players it's played a lot on his confidence. He's not playing, he's not throwing the ball with the same zip and accuracy that he did when he was in New England. And I think that his injuries had a lot to do with that.
That's true. But my question to you, Moon, is: do you think after this season, Matt Ryan goes to San Francisco and be Kyle Shanahan's savior?
It's interesting to use the word savior because Kyle Shanahan is on a deal where he's not going nowhere. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are locked together. This is their experiment. They're locked together. Um, Savior, I think San Francisco before all these injuries hit. if you just look at their team when healthy, they're stacked, like top to bottom, offense and defense. All they need is solid quarterback play. That's all
That's
they've been hoping for.
Actually, off
So
back about last week about Thursday night.
go ahead, bro.
The commentators kept saying that um the players on the offense, it was like one or two players that that was healthy on that team on the offense side of the ball for the 49ers that played in that NFC Championship game.
It's tragic, bro. It's tragic that they have I don't think we ever seen an injury bug slash COVID bug hit a team so hard. I can't remember the last time I seen something like this, but like, um, Savior. Let's just say this: anybody that watched Fat Albert, you remember, save the day, save the day, save the day, save the day. I think it'd be something like that, though. Honestly.
Okay, look, there's two potential quarterbacks Kyle Shanahan could go for after this season. Either be with free agency or in season trade next year. They either go for Alex Smith or Matt Ryan.
There's no way I'm straight. There's no way I'm picking Alex Smith over Matt Ryan.
When he was with Alex Smith in Washington, Alex Smith was lighting people up.
Kyle Shanahan wasn't there though, dog.
Yeah, it was. I think he was there Alex Smith's first year.
He wasn't.
In Washington.
He wasn't.
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah, by the time Alex Smith got to Washington, he was in San Francisco.
There's no way I'm picking Alex Smith over Matt Ryan. No way. And I love me some Alex Smith.
I couldn't say pick. Why not pick them both up? They're both capable quarterbacks.
But why?
I think that's trending in the wrong direction.
They'll be perfect to cover. One get injured, the other step in.
That's trending in the wrong direction. Now, Mubab said something pivotal earlier. Kyle Shanahan is an ego guy. He gets it from his dad. He's got it honestly. I feel like there was a time where in the offseason there was talk. Now, I don't know if y'all heard this talk, but there was talk that Tom Brady may have been interested in going to San Francisco.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard.
And I'm telling you now, if they would have did whatever they had to do and parted ways with Jimmy G, I think Kyle Shanahan thought Jimmy G was something that, and then Austin Greeny has a great point that injuries, talent. I feel like we've seen Kyle Shanahan have success with the Washington football team with RG3 and Kirk Cousins. We've seen him have success with Matt Ryan. We've seen him have some success with Jimmy G. Like, if they're going to get somebody, why get someone that's in their 30s, period? Forget even being 35 and over, in their 30s, period. Like, why not go get a young guy, man?
I think they won't be able to do that just because the quarterbacks in this draft is top heavy, so they're gonna be gone off the board early. And
bro, Mac Jones might fall. Don't.
He could.
Mac Jones might fall.
He could. And what I saw this past weekend, that BYU quarterback, I forgot his name. His name slipped my mind. Yeah. He a dog. He a dog too. But I say just do it, just because management and GM head coach are linked together.
They are.
John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are linked together. So I think they only have about 2 years remaining on their deal, 2 or 3. Why not? But I'm not saying pay somebody like an old head. What the Colts are doing right now with Phillip Rivers, giving him $25 million for a year, and he's not even living up to that at all. Like, you basically jug fun. I'm gone. But I just say this. This is my last point on Kyle Shanahan. I don't even think it would have to do with Jimmy G. I think Kyle Shanahan said, and this is just my gut feeling. I think Kyle Shanahan said Jimmy G, Jimmy F, Jimmy Z, Jimmy Q, R, Jimmy Z. Like it don't matter. Put him on the roster, and my offense can make it work and do what it do if he's in the system.
Moon, I got a question.
Yeah.
What about Dak?
Now that would be the ultimate troll to America's team. If Dak said,
Oh,
if Dak said, "Hey, I'm going to play with Kyle Shanahan," but the only reason I don't like that is because I don't I don't want them to put Dak in that he's a system quarterback type feel.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that that would be all they are missing is a quarterback, and I think Dak is respected around the league. Um, I
Is
think
he though?
I think so. Um, just as time has gone on, I think that he's gained more and more respect. Um,
nice.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If I am, then hey, let me know. But like when we seen that injury happen with him, there was an outpouring of people that just
Oh yeah.
came out and showing love to him, bro.
Oh yeah.
And
Great point.
of course, it was an injury, and people wanted to, pay their due diligence. But at the same time, would they be able to do that? You don't see people hitting up Kyle Allen today saying, "Oh, Kyle Allen, get well, bro. Appreciate you, appreciate you."
You a
Start
fool,
for the
dog.
starting for the football team, and prayers up to Kyle Allen. No disrespect, bro, but listen, like I think Dak is respected in the league. Maybe not by everybody, but I think enough for people to be able to like reach out to him. Even if we add in what he did with like the mental health awareness and
Oh
all
yeah.
that stuff
Oh yeah.
too, he's gaining more and more respect. So I think that would be lit if he did it. But I think back to the point, Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy G, Jimmy F, Jimmy B, like it does not Jimmy Johns, it does not matter. Like, we can put up points. It don't matter who's a quarterback, and that goes into ego. That goes into ego. I think they just pay him that much just because, hey, we balling out. We got a new stadium. We got a new GM. I'm getting paid. Hey, Jimmy G might as well get paid too.
So the with the Dak Prescott thing, is he respected because he's disrespected?
Mm.
Disrespected as in the
Like,
Cowboys not paying them.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask a question about the Cowboys not paying them?
Yeah.
Um, so if he would have stayed healthy, if they were make playoffs or missed the playoffs, do y'all think he would have got a contract?
No.
Exactly. Because I was thinking this. I was like, they might they might give him a contract because people are going to look at the Cowboys a certain type of way if they don't, because he got injured
Mm-hmm.
on the franchise tag, I believe. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, they're going to give him a contract now. I don't know how long the contract is, how big the contract is. I was like, they're going to give him a contract because the Cowboys will be looked at wrong way if they don't because Dak Prescott got hurt. But I was like, well, if Dak would have not got hurt and he would have played this full season, if they would have not made the playoffs, or they would have made it to the playoffs and lost, he was not getting a contract.
But to add on to what you just said too, I also think that a lot of people compare quarterback to quarterback, right? Like we
Mm-hmm.
compare Dak's situation to Kirk Cousins. With the franchise tags and repeated franchise tags, which that could happen next year too. They can say, "Hey, we're not paying you." Me honestly, I just feel like if the Cowboys haven't paid him right now, what makes me think that they're gonna change their mind? Especially if his value is only gonna go up, especially since our team is losing. Um, but what I was gonna get to is this: Dak doesn't really remind me of Kirk Cousins. Dak reminds me of a situation of a guy that we was talking about earlier, Earl Thomas.
Mm.
Oh,
Dak should have flicked Jerry Jones off while he's getting carted off the field, bro. He should have flicked Jerry off, man. Because this is literally the same situation. Earl Thomas wanted the big extension from the Seahawks. Seahawks was like, nah, bro, you asked for too much money. Nah, it's not gonna work. Can't. You gotta take less. We're trying to keep everybody together. You can't take. Earl's like, nah, bro. I'm a premium safety in this league. I deserve it. I'm playing. And they're like, no, well, you just gonna have to show us and prove it. He gets hurt. He flick off Pete Carroll as he walking on the sideline. It directed cloak to right to Pete Carroll. Now, I'm not saying it's the same as far as coach because Jason Garrett wasn't there. Mike McCarthy was. But Jerry Jones, man, if I was Dak, I would have hit Jerry with that smooth, that finger so smooth, man. Because that's what it reminds me of. It doesn't really remind me of Kirk Cousins. Washington, in reality, like they had just got off the RG3 thing. They tried that, it didn't really work. They had Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins was productive no matter how many games he won, like or how many
Yeah.
playoff bursts he had. He had 4,000 yard season. That's productive. That's production. But I think he got franchised twice. Then he got another bag. Regardless, I think Dak is gonna hit free agency. But him going out the way he did, playing, knowing that he's playing for his future on a deal where he doesn't have any insurance going into this next season, I would have hit him with the Arrow Thomas, bro.
Damn.
Can I take this back to the draft? I'm gonna
You
give
mean this past year's draft?
no this upcoming draft.
Mm-hmm.
As if this particular QB actually decides to declare for the draft at the end of the season. Malik Willis.
He's not an NFL starting quarterback.
You don't think so?
Nah.
There's plenty of better options.
I mean, for a college quarterback, he's all right. Because college, you can be all right because you can be a better athlete than somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But NFL wise, nah, I don't think he has the intangibles to be a starting quarterback.
Speaking of college football, how do y'all feel about Shador Sanders' move?
I like it. Um,
Was it the right move?
Mm,
Wait, what was the question?
Deion son committing to Jackson State.
Shador Sanders.
Oh,
He decommitted from FIU, I believe.
Yeah. FAU or FIU? Which one?
Mm.
It was FAU, I think.
FAU, yep.
How do I feel about the move? I mean, I know you wanted to ask me, but I'm gonna get my 2 cents in. I mean, I understand why, because your dad's the coach there. I don't know.
Didn't Deion coach him all his life?
Probably.
He has.
That's probably why he decided to go to.
You know what I think of when he made that move? It was risque, but think about this. One of the most prolific quarterbacks of all time in college football played at a HBCU. You know who I'm talking about, Truth? Say it again.
Steve McNair?
Aaron McNair.
Aaron McNair.
I'm guaranteeing that was the pitch. I'm guaranteeing that was the pitch. Like, look at Josh Allen, look at Trey Lance. Like, you don't gotta play top tier competition. Like, because if he, listen.
I see what you mean. Like, you don't have to go to the SEC school or go to a Power 5 school just for them to get noticed. If you talented, they gonna find you.
Right.
Period.
There's been plenty of HBCU talent to make the NFL.
Absolutely. It's risque, but I like the move, and I think you're gonna see a lot of kids like Mikey Williams and them. What's the kid name that went to he went to Howard? You about to see it? That's about to be the new wave. Like, go to HBCU, play lesser competition. You play basketball, average 35 points a game, you'll get drafted. You know, like,
in basketball, that's not gonna be a new wave. I'm sorry.
Say it again.
I said I don't think in basketball it's gonna be a new wave. I mean, I still see a lot of players come into Kentucky, Duke, and everything. So I don't think that's gonna be like a wave. It's gonna have to be a lot of people.
We know what's at the end of that. You know what I'm saying? It's financials at the end of that.
Yeah.
But I like the move. He's gonna be a 3-year starter, and he's going pro after his 3rd year. Career, probably throw 30. Probably throw 90 touchdowns in 3 seasons. probably under 10 picks in 3 seasons.
Goodness gracious. Oh man.
Hey, great point, Brad.
What did Brad say? I ain't,
He's talking about Antonio
He's
Brown.
talking
and
about
coming from
Antonio Brown,
CU.
but you look at Carson Wentz, didn't play at a big school.
yeah.
Josh Allen didn't play at a
Andy
In
big
the way,
Dalton.
school.
Be serious.
in the way, this whole draft coverage is now, and like the invites to the combines, and like the what's it called? Not the senior
Senior
days, but the
Bowl,
senior
Senior Bowl.
bowls
East West
and
Shrine game.
all the different pro days and all that stuff, bro. People will find you.
Right, right.
Period.
Yeah.
Dion
Shoot, look
being
at
there. Dion being there. Yeah, like North Carolina A&T.
Oh yeah.
Like Dion being there is like what solidifies it, because it's just like everybody they're gonna check, oh, what's going on with Clemson, what's going on with Notre Dame, what's going on with Alabama, what's going on here, oh snap, we gotta take a trip to the HBCU land, what's going on with Dion. Like, you
Bruh.
know how it's gonna be.
R1P needs to go to a game.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's smart about this move is that it puts pressure on the SEC team because he's in Mississippi now. You know who else is Mississippi? Mississippi State and Ole Miss. I think Deion Sanders
And Southern Miss
enough to where he can draw in the recruits. So I think he can potentially steal some of their recruits.
He can.
Yeah. Especially
and more down south.
That's some pipeline shit. That sounds like some shit Moon Vibes may need to do in his stream.
Might have to, bro.
Jackson State, Shador Sanders. Is his older son going to transfer too?
His oldest son don't play football no more.
Oh, he stopped playing?
Yeah.
How about this?
Well, I don't think his oldest son has a good relationship with him anyway.
How about this from the HBCU pipeline? The greatest HBCU product to probably come out, the best player to come out of HBCU is probably Jerry Rice.
Yeah, Austin Greeny said that.
Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah, Greeny said that.
And then let's see. Then there's also
Man, think how many
Walter Payton came from Jackson State.
You said who did?
Walter Payton.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No. I knew he went to a smaller college. I knew it was an HBCU. I didn't know it was like Jackson State. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Deacon Jones, South Carolina State, Mississippi Valley State, DN for the Rams.
Hold on. Before you continue, Deacon Jones. They said if they counted sacks in this era, why don't they just go back and count them? That he would be the all-time leader in sacks.
Problem. And not that I have a problem with what you just said, but that dude right there is different.
Yeah, he was. He was different. Like, I don't know, man. We gonna be completely transparent with y'all right now. We didn't have an itinerary for this. We did pre-production last night, and we were talking. We were like, so what we gonna do tomorrow morning? And then I think it was Moon was like, we should just do it tomorrow night. And this shit has been fun, bro. Chat has been hella lit. The conversations are amazing, man. And that's what's important. Like, I feel like they just created a pathway of their own. We started with talking about how did we even get to here? Like, I'm trying to remember how did we get
we started out with me talking about the game ball, Moon talking about a game ball. I don't even think Truth got to a game ball because I think Moon said something, and then we just got started on. We got started on a topic. I don't remember what it was.
And then we went to like, you coached. You know what I'm saying? Coach of a winning team, coach of a losing team.
Then the Monday morning quarterback.
Super Bowl picks.
That was this thing, Super Bowl picks. That's how we got to this. Somebody picked. I I don't remember who it was. Somebody picked a team. Then somehow we got to the topic of 49ers.
Hey, Brad, I'll tell you one day off stream. I'll explain it to you. But what you say, Jalen?
We got this conversation because somebody was talking about you ended up talking about Mike Tomlin. We ended up talking about the Steelers with Mike Tomlin. That's how it all started. Then we led to like Kyle Shanahan and stuff. Then it led to this. It's stuff in between there too. So, but I believe that's how we got there to this point.
Brad, don't open up that can of worms, my brother.
What did he type?
Leave it be, leave it be. He said there was Pittsburgh had a better backup than him. I know there was less rules / flags too. Jimmy Two Blunts was like he played in a running error. And Jimmy Two Blunts is definitely correct because they did have Rocky Blair and Franco Harris. I still had two demons on the outside who actually made Terry Bradshaw look good.
Wasn't it you that said that the backup was actually better than Terry Bradshaw?
He was.
Mm-hmm.
He was. Joe Gilliam ended up overdosing. Hell of a ball player, man. He was a African American quarterback in a time where there weren't African American quarterbacks.
Can I talk about a topic?
Huh?
Can I talk about a topic?
Yeah, let's talk, man.
Matt Nagy, your ass is trash, boy.
You said who?
Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy.
Swaggy. You don't even call him Swaggy Nagy no more.
Nobody calls Swaggy Nagy no more,
bro. He not Swaggy. He more like Aggie Nagy.
My man
somebody done beat him out of swag. Somebody took his clothes, took his chain.
They violated him.
Yeah.
He trashed Nagy.
Man, I got
all that. Took all that.
My hat matched with my bag.
He said David Montgomery can't get past the line without getting hit.
He can't, bro. That offensive line is trash too. Like when you was talking about coaches, bro, I was hoping KT would give me the big. I was like, bro, offensive line, y'all cut.
I don't know why he think to do that, bro.
Hey, look, you know what bothers me about Matt Nagy?
What bothers you about Swaggy, man?
He called the plays, but he has an offense coordinator. I'm like, what's the point of having an offense coordinator if you're going to call plays?
Control.
And then he struggles at that. He has the ego too, Moon. He has a big ego too.
I think a lot of coaches do.
Yeah.
He has a prove it ego. Like, I got to prove it to you.
That's why some of the best head coaches are special teams guys, man. Like,
Judge actually is doing a good job. Speaking of special teams guy.
True. Truth went to go get a Dr. Pepper, some Marlboros, and a Swiss roll.
Yo, my bad, bruh. Somebody gotta clip that. Please clip that.
I promise you, that's what he gonna come back with, man. A cake, a
Swiss
cigarette,
roll.
and a pepper. Dr. Pepper. Oh man.
I'm gonna add this too. If Mr. Trubisky didn't get injured today, if he wasn't out today with injury, he would have been starting in the fourth quarter.
Is it time to bench Foles?
Yes, bro. They can't because Mr. Trubisky is now injured. He's injured now, and nobody knows. It's day to day, so nobody knows exactly how long the injury is, how long it will be. Unlike Nick Foles, unlike the offensive line, that defense keeps them in the game. What? Who said something, chat?
He said, "Foles, this is the problem. The play calling is."
It's both, bro. It's three factors: play calling, offensive line, and Nick Foles.
Can you put the clothes in the washing machine and the dryer and turn on the...
That offensive line is so bad because it can't get going. The offensive line is terrible. I don't like Nick Foles. He has problems. Today he played okay when he got time.
He said split soda and food. Hey, Slum, y'all are crazy, man.
Okay, what did I walk into?
He said bread that look like rotten milk.
It's yellow rice with Parmesan cheese.
Uh,
my I'm crying right now.
I told the chat troop that you was gonna come back with a Dr. Pepper, a cigarette, and a Swiss roll. You came back with a whole plate, man.
Hey,
So what was you guys talking about?
Oh, I was just ranting about the Bears and how bad they suck. Man, Nagy sucks. Aggie,
Hold on, wait a minute.
as Moose said.
How many sacks did the Bears give up today?
How many sacks? I don't know, but I know they. What I saw, they got a lot of pressures. Shoot, Nick Foles getting hit left and right.
Okay. Then that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
Even though we gave the Bears our game balls, even though we gave the Bills game balls.
Hey, that might be the funniest thing Brad ever said in his life.
That makes me bring up the 7 sacks that
He said Rice a little sticky eye. My bad, go ahead. Oh, nah, somebody says you got that play from Gwyneth County.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Bro, he is not playing games. He is going in, bro.
So now, what do you eat though, Truth?
yellow rice with Parmesan cheese and squash and zucchini.
Okay, you eating good in the neighborhood.
He's not playing games, bro.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And I also came back with some orange Hawaiian punch.
Okay, no Dr. Pepper?
No Marlboro?
I've already drunk 4 Dr. Peppers.
Okay, no Swiss roll or them little cakes you be eating?
No Debbie snacks.
No, I'm taking a break from the sweets.
For real? Clap it up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I'm not, but clap it up.
Hey, it's a start bench cut for first year coach edition.
Oh wow!
Oh, damn, Jalen.
First year coach edition?
Yeah, coach. So you can choose to start bench or cut these 3 coaches.
Okay.
Matt Rule, Cliff Kingsbury, and Joe Judge.
Wow.
Cut Joe Judge. Start Cliff Kingsbury and bench Matt Rule.
That's a tough one, bro.
Looking at Joe Judge's record, I mean, it's bad, but he has been actually a good coach this season. He's impressed people.
That's
the Giants have been competitive. It's not like they've been getting blown out at all.
I know.
They've been competitive.
I'm taking the record into account. That's why I said bench. That's why I said cut Joe Judge.
I'm gonna go a different way. Start Matt Rule. Bench Cliff Kingsbury. And then cut Joe Judge. I'm starting Matt Rule just because I don't know why, but bro, I really like the way the Panthers are playing.
Right.
They're playing inspired.
They're
playing like with spirit.
Exactly, and we see with like Matt Rule in his first year with like just his record, this resume, like first year at Baylor, not so good, not good at all, and then boom, they just like ascend. Temple, first year Temple, not good. They ascend. It's like ever since what game did they play? It was a game earlier in the season where they just got.
It was against the Saints.
Yeah. I think it was the Saints. And I was just like, bro, this is not. It's not looking pretty for them. We was just making jokes about the Panthers. They got the worst rush defense ever, bro. And he's really like righting his ship. That game against Kansas City today was super competitive. Um, and I think if Christian McCaffrey didn't get hurt, we'd be having a different conversation. But the fact that they righted the ship enough to be able to take Kansas City to the wire, like all the way at the end, they put up a better fight against Kansas City than the Ravens did. They put up a better Kansas fight against Kansas City than the Texans did.
Or
Like
Chargers.
or the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers was kind of like an outlier. Just because they defense played out of their mind that game, they had a plan for Patrick Mahomes. And they kind of like limit him. Um, Kind of like one of his worst games in his entire career. But like back to Matt Rule, I just like the direction that Carolina is going. And at first, I was kind of skeptical because I was just like, "Dang, bro, they did Cam so dirty. Like they did Cam so dirty. They did Steve Smith so dirty. Like they just, they. I just don't like their management. And then we look into new management. It just seems like they're playing inspired football. So
Do
I'll
you,
go with him, and then Cliff Kingsbury on my bench, just because, just because. Um, I know last year was like really really tough for him. This year he's starting off better than he did last year, and I think that he has a chance to maybe go for the division crown. But Joe Judge, I'm not cutting him just because I don't like him. I'm just cutting him because I just don't have any other options.
do
How do
you
y'all feel
think
about
that?
Kevin Stefanski?
Do you think that the Matt Rule, the new owners of Carolina Panthers did did a good job with hiring Matt Rule?
I mean, looking back on it, like yeah. Um, I mean, of course he's gonna have his growing pains being a first year head coach and everything like that in the NFL at least. But will we like even when I look at my Falcons, like you see teams play better when their coach like inspires them. Um, Seems like give them something to play for, and I think they are having fun, even though it's difficult. Now back to KT's question, Kevin Stefanski, I'm not really sold on him. I'm not.
I'm not sold on the Browns.
Yeah, yeah. It's more so the Browns period. Um, I don't know why that Odell injury is just looking bad, and like the more and more that the more time that we get away from it, the fact that he tore his ACL trying to tackle somebody just because Baker threw a pick, like that is summing up their season. Then you factor in Nick Chubb being hurt, Jalen's fantasy team, man. After Nick Chubb, he had to really put on his GM cap. But like, I'm not sold on the Browns at all, really. But
And
Stefanski, I just need to see more. Um, I'm not really a big fan of that offense.
can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Who has been the better interim head coach?
How
Romeo
many
Cannell
are there?
or Raheem Morris?
Mm. Uh, Raheem
Raheem
Morris.
Morris. Raheem Morris.
Who was the other one?
Romeo Cornell.
Romeo.
It's you could go either way, and you know what I'm saying. But I feel like Raheem Morris.
Raheem.
I feel like they have a chance to make the playoffs. I said it last week. I will continue saying it. I feel like they have a legitimate chance to get to that 7th seed.
But if I'm being real with y'all, um, I feel like he's been groomed for this. Like even watching the Falcons through training camp, um, the off season, he started getting way more responsibility. He was the defensive play caller. This is last year when the Falcons got off to a horrible start, and then they switched the duties. So Raheem Morris was calling the defense. So he's familiar with this team, and it is a toss up because you can go either way. The Falcons have a slightly better record than the Texans right now, but it's only about like a game.
Ain't they about to have 0 wins when both head coaches got fired though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Both had 0 wins. I think it's Raheem, just because the main thing with the Falcons has been their defense. Um, and we've seen their defense take steps forward. Even though the Broncos had a chance to come back with them today, the fact that they closed the door on it, it was like you don't understand how much relief that was as a Falcons fan.
Good
And
move. Oh.
yeah,
Oh no, go ahead.
but like with Raheem, I just think that honestly, we don't even need to go do head coaching searches. I know I mentioned Eric B.
You
I, I
answer my question.
yeah, like I don't even think we need to go do head coaching searches. I know I mentioned Eric Bieniemy would be a great fit for us, but like um Raheem Morris is our head coach, bro. That just makes sense. And then it's just another African American head coach in the city of Atlanta, bro. And then when you look at the dynamics with like the Hawks and Lloyd Pierce, like let Raheem Morris get this team, bro. Let him get another opportunity out there blank and let him have this opportunity. I don't want to say gifted to him, but take that interim tag off of him, bro. The team is playing behind him.
That's very true. Anything else anybody want to add, chat and or Moon, Truth, or Jalen?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's been a great show.
Absolutely.
Moon's been speaking the truth.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
he has
Hell
been
yeah.
green.
I guess the last thing I'll say is, hey Jimmy G, bruh. I don't know how you got paid 100+ million, bro, but jug finesse. I'm going with the set. Ain't no need asking for your money back. Like,
Hey, facts, man. Jalen, anything else you'd like to add?
Um, Kobe Brissett. Hey bro, come back to New England. We need you.
Oh
Uh,
man, that's a bold take right there.
Here's my question to you guys on Jalen mentioning Jacoby Brissett. At, at what point do the Colts bench Philip Rivers for
ah,
Jacoby?
they don't.
they
They
don't.
don't.
They gonna go with Phillip Rivers, even if that means them not making the playoffs with one of the best defenses in the league, or maybe not the last couple of weeks, but they gonna ride and die with Phillip Rivers, bro. Jacoby Brissett right now, they just reworked his contract before this year, and this was the same. Was this the same year, or was it last year where Andrew Luck retired?
Last year, right?
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
So right after that happened, they reworked Jacoby's deal. So in reality, they spending like I think it's like an excess of over 50 mil in quarterback, just in money on quarterbacks. Um, they gonna go down with Phillip Rivers,
Will
but
somebody, will somebody answer Brad how many cigarettes I've smoked on the show?
I don't know.
It's 0.
I think it's 7.
It was probably like 3 or 4. But speaking of 7 o'clock,
I
we'll
got
be
one. Oh, I was gonna
live.
say.
What you about to say, Jalen?
Oh, I was say. Hey, Jalen Hurts, bro, prepare to have that backpack ready.
Oh dang!
It's gonna be starting soon.
It wasn't really 10, Brad.
Jalen Hurts, get your backpack ready, man.
Y'all know I would love to see Jalen Hurts, man. Big fan. He's definitely the ultimate leader. Um, but we appreciate everybody who stepped in, tuned in, added something, man. This thing is impossible without you all. We are back live tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m. for the Patriots versus the Jets. I think it's gonna be a sneaky good game. Moon Vibes, take us home.
Hey, if you're not following us, bro, make sure you following us live on Twitch. You do not want to miss. Keep our noties on. Noti Gang, stand up. Subscribe to our YouTube at Real Ones Productions. Check out our latest content. The Upset College Football Show with LL Cool Brad. Shout out Cool Brad. We got Jalen with the Line Out Fan Rant. Truth shows coming really soon. Myself with Fantasy Vibes. Stokes and Sons is coming really soon. With KT. So much content to dive into. And that's not even including the stuff we got in store for y'all for basketball season. You do not want to miss it. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. Shout out to y'all for coming in, supporting us. And man, hey, be safe. Do something nice to somebody you normally wouldn't do. Peace and abundance. And I hope that y'all have a great night.